And we're live, and I didn't even expect that. Wow, that's perfect. Wonderful. Everything's working out in our favor. Welcome, guys. I'm 15 minutes late, but had a session with a client that was going really good. Ran a little bit over, but you know what? Always good when you have a good discussion going on, positive talk. So that's one of the things I love about the sessions. Let me charge my phone too while we're here. Um, Sometimes, the sessions go long, especially when it's someone you've worked with before and you guys have a good rapport. A lot of positive talks going on. So that was good. He's on a good path. Glad to work with him and appreciate him working with me. So, anyway, we're here Monday night and I'm going to pull up a Neville lecture. I was thinking about this today. I'm like, what's the live going to be about? Am I going to wake up early? Yes, but I didn't. And I said, it's all working out in my favor. How's it working out in my favor? Well, we're going to do a Monday night live. Just like last time we did Monday morning live on a Tuesday, well, we did Monday morning live on a Monday night. So here we are. What's up, fam? How you doing there, Eric? Good to see you, brother. So I'm thinking, Mark, what's up, my man? Haven't seen you in a minute. Glad to see you. Hopefully, Yup makes it in too. I saw she just left a comment. I told her 20 minutes, but I'm 15 minutes late. I think actually probably this works better for you, Mark, because right you're Scotland time. So yeah, it's been a long time. So you know what? Everything's working out for a reason. I didn't go live till nighttime, and look at that. We get to get Mark on here. Good to see you too. ASMR quenching my thirst. It's 4:20 a.m. in Scotland. Oh, then it just happens to be a time where you're up. What's up, VLK? How you doing? Howdy. Yeah, so I figure we'll let a few people come in. I'm going to pull up a Neville lecture. You guys let me know if you could hear it. We've done this before, but it's been a while since we did one, and I thought we could do a quick Neville breakdown. We could talk about things, do a Q&A, 8:20 in San Diego. So you're, what, 2 hours behind me? I think it's, well, yeah, I'm late, but it's like 10:15, 10:20 over here in Chicago. Yeah, but I had a really good session going with the client right now. We ran over by a while, but it's always good when you're having a good discussion. Let me see. I'm going to pull one up. And look, we're getting a lot of good reviews over on that last video. So I appreciate all you guys with the positive reviews. And then let me know too. I put a post out there, community post. Let's take a look. I could probably see it on my phone. See what the consensus is on me doing a a seminar. I was thinking, do we do a seminar or not? We got 12 votes, 83% say yes, 17 say no. But yeah, let me know if you guys liked it. And I don't know why I shut the phone off. Then loads have happened. Hopefully all good stuff, right, Mark? Loads of good stuff happening. And I'm going to pull up I remember which Neville lecture I want to hear. What's new with Apple Music? I don't care. And if you have iPhone, go to Apple Music and you can listen to Neville's lectures all the time. For the most part, yeah, that's good. Animation stuff, jobs, SP, what's up? We can do a check-in because if it's been a while since I talked to you, like Mark, for sure, guys, jump in. Yup, if you're here, how you doing? Let me see. Neville, that's what I'm pulling. Because there's the one thing Neville talked about. There's the Potter speech. And I want to talk about that where he was saying, don't discard anyone. Simply rework them in your mind's eye. Meaning that shouldn't give up on anyone. But that's a fine line, I do believe, because even when it came down to SPs himself, he was saying he chose the wrong wife and she chose the wrong man. But I believe that if you don't believe to give up on someone, then you don't have to. You can simply rework them in your mind's eye and see change it, because I've seen it and I've experienced it and I've done it with multiple people. And I only experience the best versions of people. If I don't, I think the Reverend Ike idea of, why am I treating myself this way? If everyone's you pushed out, right? Why am I treating myself this way? What's going on? And I see what kind of feedback I could take from that scenario, or what kind of learning experience I could take, and I go forward from there. And if it's just easier where it really doesn't matter if that person's in your life or not, just take the lessons you can learn and let them go. You don't have to rework them, but if someone is important enough for you to rework, then you should. That's my take on that. I'm setting up my broken ass little the phone stand over here. Let's see. And good, it doesn't pop up in the frame. I met a girl from the Netherlands, and we've been visiting each other. That's awesome, Mark. I know that's probably not, or maybe it is. That's not the original SP though, if I remember. But it sounds like the Neville Stores is giving the example of maybe you found someone better. And if it's someone better, then enjoy it. It doesn't have to be the SP. I feel like so many of us get locked into this SP thing, and it's like, so many people, it's like they always come to me like, oh, SP. But it's like, is it really SP? Or is it the fact you want to prove the law? Because you could prove the law through anything. You could do the fucking ladder experiment. You could do my blue balls experiment. You got to go on Discord to learn about my blue balls experiment because it ain't what you think. But, you could do anything to test the law. It doesn't have to be an SP thing because you could wind up happier with someone else. If you script out, chances are, if you script out the perfect SP, most of the time it's not going to be the one that you're with. But I never tell you not to manifest whatever you don't want because I've done it, despite what people told me. No new individual, just taking what life gives me what's for you won't go by you. Exactly. That's very good. I agree with that. I think the law sometimes works not how you always want it to, but how you need it to. There's a degree of that too. Sometimes it's like, I've run across Mitzi. What's up? I see you in there. Good to see you. What's it called? I've had experiences where someone better's come along and I still chose not better. Hold on. Let me rephrase this. SP watches. I'm not saying better, but I'm saying like, okay, if you're looking for someone who meets blah, 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 whatever requirements or whatever by quote unquote, the perfect person or the person you want. You could choose whatever. There is no wrong answers in life. Like somebody could have told me like, oh, why didn't you choose this person? This person's more of like a quote unquote to them divine match for me. But if my heart belongs here, my heart belongs there. But through a series of circumstances, I've seen plenty of people get guided towards something else. And it's like, wow, this one, like you said, if it won't go by you, if it is for you, you might wind up even happier. And it's like all that self-concept and work you did on yourself, this SP you would never struggle with because there was no negative to being with old SP. It trained you to get a better self-concept where you'll never struggle again like you did before. Same as me. It's like if I ever did move on to someone else, I wouldn't struggle because it's like I've done all this work on myself where it's no longer someone else as the prize. But I don't want this to sound like I'm saying, oh, choose somebody new, because I do believe anything in this world is possible. I believe God gives you all your desires. Whatever you pray for, you do get. For me, I prayed for what I wanted. I wanted to be with Lily, and that's what I got. I mean, there are some people where it's like, I think I would say that most of the people I work with, it's more or less not looking for validation, but they want love. And God will always give you your desires in the easiest form possible, meaning it could be somebody else and it could be someone new, and it could be even better than you could have imagined. But the point of today's video, like I said, I'm going to pull up another one. And I believe the one I'm going to pull up, the story I'm going to pull up, is going to be the one where he talks about reworking people. But like I said, my take on it is if you don't feel like you want to rework someone, just take the lessons you learned from that person and continue on to someone else. There's no wrong answers. No one could tell you the perfect way to live life. It is your life, and it is your job to live your life in the way that makes you happiest. That is what I've learned. So I could be judged for the way I live my life, but I'm happy with how I live my life. As long as you're happy with how you live your life, nobody can fucking judge you. So that's my lesson on that. I wish there was like a mute button so we're not playing ASMR or me drinking water. I don't like that. Sometimes we want things that are bad for us. I don't think you should close your heart off. Don't be preoccupied with old SP. Release they are just an old person. Yeah, like I said, whatever works for you, go with that. And it's like you don't have to hate the person either. If you choose to move on or realize they're just an old person. Yeah, and it's like You don't have to hate if you move on from one SP to another. You don't have to hate the old one. You could be thankful for the lessons that you learned there because you came out a better person in the long run. So that's how I've always taken that. Because think about it, before I did manifest Lily, there was another girl who was on my mind that I was trying to manifest. I thought was the greatest thing in the world. Lily came along and was even better. But then I started experiencing similar fears and stuff play out with Lily that I had with the other SP. And then it's like, if I would have moved on from Lily, it's like there would have been no hate for the original SP or Lily or someone else, but there would have been a cycle repeating. That's what I saw. I'm like, at least in myself, there was something I needed to fix that would just continue on to everybody. That's why I say you can't go wrong with self love and self concept. When you focus on you, you're not failing yourself. You're putting yourself in a position where if you choose that SP or you choose someone else that's better, chances are you might find someone better because now you're more precise in what you want. You're more secure in yourself, so you know more about what you want. But it could be very well that what you originally wanted was the right choice for you. You just needed to elevate yourself a little bit where you feel that you're worthy of having it. Those are my takes on it. I'm looking for the thing still, but drop questions, comments, whatever. I'm glad to see that you're doing well, Mark. That makes me happy. I was wondering about you the other day too. I'm like, oh, I wonder if he got his SP and just moved on from the channel because sometimes I think people do get their results and they move on from the channel, which God bless them. I hope they do good. But I love to hear how people are doing, so I'm happy to hear you're doing good. Might be there's like 2 albums of Neville on here, so I'm pulling it up. Our Potter, yeah, I believe it's that one. That's the one we will go with. I'll make this a little bit bigger, turn the volume all the way up. Oh, by the way, guys, okay, so I will be launching the merch sooner than later, but I want to make sure everything comes in and make sure that everything I've had on there looks good. I'm critiquing it. I will say we have a necklace on there for women. Do not get it wet too much. Billy wore the women's necklace for a long time, and then it started to copper out. So don't wear it on stuff because she had to stop wearing it. But this is a very nice. You guys have seen the old folding case. The only thing was I forgot to write. You can't fuck this up on there. But when you see the logo that says "I am" on the head right there, remember that "I am" is the creative power, and that you hold all that power. And then just the logo alone, just use that as you can't fuck this up. But I'll probably make another version where it says you can't fuck this up, like a PC version and an extreme version. This I moved from old SP. I'd never tell them I tried manifesting them, but I do appreciate them for putting me into law of assumption, this self concept journey. Well, see, VLK, that's good. It's like that's what I'm saying is like you won't hate that person. You're just thankful for the experience you had with them. Oh, like I'm looking at the wrong side. I'm like, well, what's in my hair? Probably dandruff. There's like that negative story I have on that. So we use this as an example on another video. But yeah, you won't hate the person because they led you down that path to become what do you call it? They led you down that path to learn the law of assumption. I feel like the SP journey is always what opens you up into the law of assumption. And it wasn't Lily for me. It was another girl. Like I was already into like, I was reading the Bible, I was reading other ancient texts, I was reading Stoicism, I was into law of attraction at 16 years old, but then around 23, it morphed more into law of assumption when I discovered Neville's stuff. I was like, man, this guy's just spitting facts. And then like I tried manifesting another girl and that really, dialed me into this. And then I had my results with Lily and it was like almost like, okay, this is the one we're going to go with. But then there was the ups and downs. And like I said, there were chances of other people who it's like, wow, I manifested SPs out of thin air. But it wasn't, to me, I didn't feel that connection. I felt that what was true to me was the original one. Like that's why I said for myself, I will never tell you, if you come to me and say, I want to manifest an SP out of thin air and I want to feel love, then I will show you feeling love first, where you show yourself that love. You show yourself you're worthy of it and you deserve it. Boom, something's going to come into your life. Chances are the old SP does show up because when I manifested Lily, that old SP did show up multiple times and it's just kind of like, get out. I don't want you no more. You bother me, kid. But no, I'll always be thankful that she came into my life because that sparked me onto that journey. I'll always be thankful for all the bad things that happened between me and Lily because it sparked me to become more spiritually enlightened. All the bad events in my life, I would never take them back. Even though they hurt like a motherfucker when they happened and they were painful and I didn't want to deal with them when they happened, it was like I would never trade those bad experiences for for good ones, because those bad experiences grew me into the man I am today. Just like all your bad experiences are going to grow you into a better man or better woman than you are now. There's the excitement of life. What's up, Gary? Good to see you, brother. How you been doing? Not feeling good tonight, but sending love. Well, sending you love too. Get your mind, heart, and soul up. Yep. I'm glad you made it in. I started a little bit late, but wound up working out because here you are. With every SP in my life, they have been similar patterns even before I knew about manifesting. Now I feel like any SP is great, old or new, because they are all teachers to help us learn. Exactly, Tate Lang. That's a very good point to make. Just like what I was saying. Get better at recognizing our patterns and limiting beliefs. Exactly. I like to use everything and everyone I come across with is like, where is my thought process? What am I assuming about them? What am I assuming about myself? Where does this come from? And every experience, not dwelling in and overanalyzing things, but kind of like, what do I have to learn from this? Living in the moment and enjoying it. But when something doesn't feel good in life, why does it not feel good? What are my limiting beliefs? Why does this pattern keep showing up in my life? What is my core belief on it without going into all this whole childhood trauma and this and that? Like, kind of like, what put me in this situation? Why am I thinking this way? Why am I experiencing this version of people? Why are things like this? Okay, if everything starts within me and in my mind, how do I change things? You're good. Good to hear you're good, Gary. Can you talk about your thought transmission and remote seduction? And are they really receiving it instantly? Okay, Josh, I will tell you about that in 1 second, because I actually just talked about this. Like I just came from a client session, so I was running a little bit late. We ran long, but you guys know, if you've worked with me as a coach before, you know the sessions run good, and a lot of times we wind up just having really good life conversations as well. I will tell you this, Josh. I don't know if you were in the live with me and SP when we did like the quote unquote hangout or whatever, when we were up at the cabin. She's like, oh, we should do a thing, a live stream. And the reason I thought it was good was because she said something to me earlier in the day. And I was like, wow, that's really proving manifesting right there. Because it's like the remote seduction and stuff like that. It's like, not giving this a limiting belief and saying this is only what it is. But I would be, visualizing. I'll just let the screen turn off, and we'll get into the Neville chat in a second. What do you call it? So remote seduction, it was just like, that's something where it's like, wow, your thought is creating a response in your areas down there where you're like, yeah, nice and hard thinking about SP. So it's like your thought created a physical response without any physical stimulation down there. It's like, okay. Granted, it's all in your own body, so you could just scientifically, I thought about it and then become aroused. But it's like your thought of somebody not even being there and doing a physical act with you made you aroused. And it's like, okay, that thought's creating something within you. More believable because it's within you, right? But then, like, there were times like that, like me and SP would be hooking up like crazy, and it's like it was friends with benefits, and there was no relationship thing in it. And then I developed a limiting belief, like, oh, well, it can only be friends with benefits. And it was like, that's kind of more what it stuck to the lines of. I'm not giving that to you as a limiting belief. That's just something that happened. To me personally, and a limiting belief that I placed on that. In terms of thought transmission, the thing that she said that was very important was, like, my SP's older than me. If you don't know, I know, Josh, you're relatively new to the channel, I believe, because I've been seeing your name pop up a lot more. What do you call it? She's, I want to say 16 years older than me. So she's obviously been in more relationships, been with more people than I have. And what do you call it? She's had the friends with benefits stage before, or stuff where it's like, oh, somebody, she admits it on the things when she was live with me. I've had people I've cut off before, never thought twice of them. And she's like, people she's been with for like 7-8 years. Like, she had a long-term relationship and, had a falling out. The relationship didn't go good and she just ended it. Never thought about the person ever again. Like, she never came back, never thought about fixing, never anything. Then me, who she only knew for a couple months, was like she wanted to try again, and it was like a little friends with benefits, and then it's kind of falling for me, and then pulls back, and it's like every time my thoughts were bad, she's pulling back. My thoughts are good, she's coming around. I've got remote seduction thoughts, we're hooking up a lot more, and it's like, but I've got romantic thoughts, we're having deeper, intimate conversations. We're split up, and I'm thinking about being back together. And she told me, she goes, there was something about every time we were apart that I could not stop thinking about you. And she says that in the last live where we were together at the cabin. And I thought that was a very important thing because once again, it proves what I've been saying, that they are feeling it. And another live where we talked about it too, she's like, it wasn't every day, like constantly, like all day, but like something will pop up where they'll think about you. Like I said, I give the example of my two friends that I hadn't heard from in a long time. And I was like, why am I manifesting contact from all these people I haven't spoke to in a long time, except for these two? I had an assumption that they were mad at me over something that they were never even mad about. They don't even remember. But I was like, the second I changed the story months later, like 6 months later, I'm like, you know what? What's my negative story to this? You know what? They're not mad. I forgive them if they are mad. And I forgive myself that if I've done anything to make them mad, whatever. I forgive the whole situation. And I'm like, and you know what? This guy's not responding because he got a new number, which was weird. Like I said, I've told this success story before. He's not his number since we were kids. And I'm like, another guy's just so busy with life, and he was all loved up with a girlfriend. I'm like, he's just distracted by that. Guy was all loved up with a girlfriend. It's like, hey boys, it's been a minute. I miss my homies. And I was like, who's this other number? I bet it is. And he goes, and I'm like, oh, you haven't been ignoring me? He goes, bro, I've had a new number. I thought you knew. I didn't know he had a new number. And it's like, and the timing lined up that like they weren't there, but I was thinking about them a lot, like feeling good about them. And then even a quick thought transmission was one of my best friends I grew up with. He lived around the corner. On Mother's Day, I visited my mom. I walked to Walgreens for whatever. Oh, I wanted to get snacks and buy my mom some more flowers. I bought her flowers earlier in the week, so whatever. I'm going to pick up more flowers and some candies to get my fix of those nerds, the nerds clusters. But anyway, I walked to Walgreens. On my way back. On the way there, I passed his house. I'm like, wonder how he's doing. I hope he's doing good. I hope we could talk again soon. Walking back towards his house, I looked down his alley. Whatever reason, I just happened to look down his alley. His neighbor's out and he's out. He's throwing his garbage. They wave at each other, but then he waves at me. And I text him, I'm like, without my glasses on, was that you? And was it deceiving me or whatever, or some fucking stupid thing? He goes, that was me. Sorry, I was talking to my neighbor. I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to interrupt. Went back and forth. I'm like, hey, we should catch up sometime soon. And he's like, yeah, for sure. But, we never planned it or nothing, but that was a couple of days ago. But I was like, man, that was someone else who I hadn't talked to in a long time. And I thought about him and boom, it was instant. It wasn't necessarily he was thinking of me, but when he's seen me, then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like life put us in that situation where we can have that conversation. So yes, things do happen instantly. But in terms of like what I've experienced, like she said, she goes, I wasn't thinking about you all day, every day, where maybe I was manifesting for her all day, every day. She wasn't like that, but frequently enough where I was on her mind enough where she wanted to get back together. Yup says, do you want to go by Morning Bird or still Yup? I know you change your name all the time. And then you have like another one with the same logo and it's like no username or something like that. I don't know which name you want to go by, Yup. But I'm used to calling you that. All my clients have been sick and I think it's catching up. I keep saying I have a perfect immune system. I never get sick. I refuse to get sick. You're just like me, Yup. We never get sick. Going to sleep and rewatch tomorrow. Hope you do another live this week, though. I'm going to try and set up another one. Like I said, I'm trying to do more of them. And then on top of that, like I didn't know I have a membership channel still set up. So thank you to Andrea for being the first and right now only subscriber. So it might just be me chatting with her on there. But if you guys want to get on there, maybe Wednesdays would be a good day. I'll create a poll, see which day you guys want me to do another live stream for members only, because apparently I'm a members only guy that I didn't even realize I still had set up. So thank you again. One of the things was shout outs. So shout out again to Andrea. If you're here, shout yourself out too. Angelica, what's up? I'm in a similar SP situation with an older woman, big age gap. That's crazy that so many young guys on here and older women with young guys. It's like, did I find a niche or is this just like society now? Or maybe it's just my reality. That's what I'm focusing on. Can you say more about overcoming social stigma of having an age gap? It seems like a block for us, especially her. My coworker calls nerd clusters candy crack. LOL, so good. Exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm gonna break off for the nerds thing real quick. That shit is like crack. Like I found them at a store one day. I'm like, hey, let me have these. Give them to my brother. He's like, these are pretty good. And then like my dad too. And then we're buying them nonstop. Give them to a coworker and Lily. And it's like, man, I'm gonna start selling fucking nerd clusters on street corners instead of doing this in my day job. But the social stigma to it would be like, look, me and my SP went through a lot of stuff, and a lot of it wound up being very public because I was doing this channel and shit. What do you call it? Not an ad popping up during the live. Oh no, the ad popping up during it, Mitzi. Damn. What's up, Eli? But I will say this for Tate. What do you call it? With me and SP, it's like we've been through a lot of stuff. It's like some of it was public. We had we're trying to revamp it now, but we have a what are those things? Vlogs. I feel like an old man now. There's a Joe Biden moment. Oh, what's the thing? But we have a vlog together, and it was kind of like making jokes on that particular thing. And it's like, here's my take on the whole thing. Whether it's like manifesting back an ex, overcoming something like a betrayal in a relationship, or a what do you call it? An age gap, or whatever makes you feel insecure. Why? First of all, ask yourself the social stigma. That means what other people think of you and your SP is more important than how you feel, which right away, that's a bad self-concept. Now, it's something I broke through too, and it was something I struggled with too. It was more so for her, right? Like you said, same situation. She was like, well, you're young. What if you want kids, this and that? If you watch my live with her in December, where it's like, I didn't know if I wanted to be with her at the time because of like all the stuff we went through, but I thought it would be beneficial for you to see me and her on there. You see my self-concept get rattled live in person. If you watch the next one after we became official, which was like a couple months later, it's like we worked through everything. And it's like I was cool with it mentally. It was one of the things. It's like, well, why would I not want to be with her? And it's like, well, what would people think? When you stop worrying about what other people think, life gets so fucking easy. Because, oh, well, this is how society says it should be. And if you don't have a problem with it and you don't assume they have a problem with it, they won't. Like I asked Lily the one day, I was like, you ever think about the age gap stuff? She goes, really, hardly ever. Like it's now more or less a joke between us. She's like, because you're more mature than most older guys I know. You got your shit together. Like, you know, like she doesn't see a reason for there to be an age gap or it to be a hindrance. And for me, I don't feel like it. Like I get along with everybody no matter the age, and I've always liked older women. So I guess that's just kind of what it goes into. And like a big thing where she's like, well, what if you want kids? It's like, I personally never really wanted kids, so it's not a big deal for me. And then it was like a little bit of a stigma. It's like, well, what if your family wants you to have kids? Well, if I don't want to have kids and my family expects me to want to have kids, am I going to choose something else over, oh, well, my family wants that, so I'm going to sacrifice because they'll make them happy. They don't have to raise the motherfucker. They don't have to pay all these bills for the kid. They don't have to do all this other stuff, but it's what they want. It's what makes them happy. You know, this is what the world wants. I want to do what I want. You get one life. If you're happy, you're going to be happy. Like, that's it. Like, the second you stop worrying about, oh, this is what people think. Oh, what are people going to say? We have a whole fucking vlog about it. Like, there's a vlog of like, one of the things, like my comedy stuff was a big thing that broke me out of my social stigma. It's like I fucking dressed up like a cockroach. I dressed up as a knight. I do all kinds of stupid stuff on there. I haven't done it in a long time, but it's like I didn't give a fuck what people thought. I wouldn't be out here showing my face on here if I didn't believe it. I mean, you got motherfuckers out here like saying, oh, manifesting's not real, this and that. Cool. I don't give a fuck. At first, it would kind of bother me. It's like, I'm only out here showing my face because I've experienced it. I know it's real. And I didn't even go out here to set out for this channel to be what it is now. I made a couple videos to help people going through what I was going through. And then, like, I always give Ink the credit. Her and Yup Yup and Mitzi were some of the first people on the channel. They were kind of the ones who convinced me to stay. I stayed, helped people. People got successful. And I'm like, okay, there is a success to this. You see all these other channels where people had success. But if I didn't live it, I wouldn't be showing my face. But I'm like, what are people going to think? What if my family sees this? Who gives a fuck? I believe it works, and I've experienced it working. So whether I sound crazy or not, in my life, this shit works because I identify with that reality of it. And that's what I've experienced. So I wouldn't show my face if I didn't believe this. But yeah, there's a stigma to what I teach you. There's a stigma to age gap. There's a stigma to everything you could do. But it's like, are you going to live your life by rules of other people's stuff? Like, that's why I never wanted to go to college or join a fraternity or be in a club. I started riding a motorcycle. People are like, "You're gonna be in a club?" No. You're gonna what's it called? I was bodybuilding. It's like when I was doing that, I loved it because it was an individual thing. It's like, oh, you're on the football team. This is what we usually do. I don't want to follow that rule. I never wanted to be like everybody else. And I think, that's my own personal choice, but I don't give a fuck about fitting in with people. I'd rather create my own group in a weird way. That's kind of like God gave it to me in a weird way through this channel. But it's like, we're a group of people. It's like, oh yeah, we might not have fit in with the regular societal rules, but we have fun and we live our life without question. We're here for 60, 70, 80 years. Maybe we manifest ourselves up to 100 or whatever. I think they say like 125 is the most the body could go without turning off. But, for the time I'm here, I want to have fun. Like Reverend Ike said, he goes, I believe in the heaven in the here and now, and I believe in that too. Heaven's here and now. Bring heaven to earth. They say it in the prayer. Bring it as it is in heaven, as it be on earth. Or I'm saying it wrong, but bring heaven to earth. So I wouldn't worry about any social stigmas. And if you believe that she has a block towards it, release the block that she has on it, because she don't think about it no more, and nobody critiques it. And then the less I focused on it, the less she focused on it. And then more people in her reality. Her best friend was with a young dude for a while. Her what do you call it? One of her best friends she grew up with is her age, and is getting married to a guy who's like 19 or 20. Like, that's a way bigger age gap than me and her. So it's like, they're living their life. They're having fun. Have fun. Live your life. Eli said the Biden moment. Yup is good. It was supposed to be temporary, but this channel is stuck in kind of cute at this point. It is kind of a cute name. I like your name, Yup. So we're going to stick with it. I like that name. Another Cougar Cub. Yes, that's such a great pairing with sorry, I can't read. I'm having more Biden moments. Somebody put my name on the ballot, please. That's such a great pairing if we can all get over the abusive, narrow-minded stigma that we learn before we get a chance to learn what we want. I'm like 5 to 15 years younger. Oh, well, that's the thing too. It's like one of the things I was thinking about this the other day too. A big stigma to it was like, oh well, she doesn't want kids because she's older. And what if you want kids? And like I said, the families want you to have kids, but if you don't want to have kids, it ain't no big deal. And one of the reasons I paired with Lily so well was she didn't want kids, she didn't want marriage, but I believe look at that Kurt Russell lifestyle. I mean, he had kids, but he's been with the same girl for all these years, but they ain't even married, I'm pretty sure. That's what my mom used to tell me. But it's like, would you judge someone who, a couple who wants kids, but they can't have kids? Would you judge them because they don't have kids and be like, well, that one's the one who can't have kids, so the one who can, you should probably get a divorce and go be with someone else. I had that thought the other day. It's like, would you tell a couple that can't have kids that the one who can should leave the other one to go have kids because that's more important than love? That's like the same fucked up mentality. If your heart belongs to this person and their heart belongs to you, then who the fuck cares if you can have kids or not? They always use that as the critical point. But if you don't want them and they don't want them and it works out, then who cares? It's your life. Let me see. And who cares? Who cares? I had an issue with my parents and my SP. Now I do not care. Exactly, Angelica. My dad just complained about my SP. I was like, who cares? This is who I am. My SP and I are both 30, and I am a few weeks older than him. Yeah, I mean, I feel like parents they're coming from the best point of view. They want the best for you. And, sometimes, my family pointed me in a direction, away from my dreams and goals, and I followed it because I wanted to make them happy, and I wound up on a path I didn't really like. And when I started following my heart, my intuition, next thing you know, I got this channel. My comedy channel was doing pretty good before I stopped doing it on TikTok, but it was like I was doing this at around the same time, and I have more fun with this because I'm doing my comedy and I could do little skits, I could film cool stuff. Gary makes great edits for me. I don't know if you're still in here, Gary, but you kill it with the edits. I get to do my working out. This channel's kind of the bridge of everything. Doesn't mean I'm giving up on the other ones, but I steered off and did what other people wanted all my life. And the second I started living for me is the second I started having fun and enjoying life. I think we don't enjoy life a lot because we wind up living the life other people want us to live, and we forget to live our own just to make other people happy. And really, at the end of the day, they could have cared fucking less. They don't. It doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, like, oh, you could have just did what you wanted. It didn't matter to me. I was just giving you a suggestion. You know how many fucking times I've heard that? Oh, I was just suggesting. I was trying to look out for you, and I respect it. I appreciate it, but it's like, when do we start to trust ourselves? When do we become the masters of our own fate? That's my point. Maybe this channel should be Cougars and Cubs manifesting. I like that, Eli. I realized that too. I was just talking to my client before this, and we were talking about, I'm like, man, like he's another, like the same age as me, and I believe his SP is about the same age as my SP. And it's like, man, this is like, this entire channel is like all younger guys trying to get older women, or older women trying to get younger guys. It's all the same. There's a lot of Cougars and Cubs here. Let's see. Yes, the ad. What was the ad? Was the ad a funny ad? Did I talk about Nerds Clusters and we get a Nerds Clusters ad? Or was it like something funny? So true. Caring about others' opinions is prison. Exactly. I feel the same way. I usually prefer older women, at least in this case. We have a great connection, so who cares? That's just encouragement. Gotta live life the way we want. Exactly, Tate. So there, I mean, you're on board with it now. Stop questioning what other people think. And I realize, like, you're the best man you can be. SP's going to see it. You don't focus on whatever you focus on, that becomes the reality. Whatever you realize, you energize. So don't realize anything negative. Affirmation. Everybody wants us to be together. You could use that. That's a good one, Angelica. I like it. Hey, Mystic. I like the wolf emoji too, Adro. Just join the live. If your desire is on your mind all the time, any tips for not drowning it with so much focus? If your desire is constantly on your mind and it's in a positive way, Adro, it's not bad. Don't worry that it's like, oh, it's too much. Like, I know I made a video the other day about, are you doing too much? But if it's dominantly in a positive way and it doesn't make you anxious, then go with it. But get distracted by other things too. Like what are your passions? Do you like to work out? Like for me, it's always been working out or writing or doing comedy or, having a nice cigar, meditating. I don't watch TV as much as I used to. That's what I was talking to my client about. Like I stopped watching as much TV. I don't engage on social media as much as I do. Unless I'm on here to post for here or one of my other channels, I'm not really on there. I try to stay off it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There are days I waste fucking scrolling mindlessly with brain rot. But, if it's a good distraction, you could do that. Maybe find some funny videos you like too and like distract yourself with that. But it's not bad if it's all dominantly in a positive way. I mean, there were times where I would go sleepwalking through like just my whole life just dating SP throughout my mind. And like I always say, I was dating her before I was dating her. And, when it happened, it's like, wow, it's even better than I imagined. But at the same time, you want to live your life too. Find what makes you feel alive. Other than SP, obviously SP is going to make you feel alive and happy and everything. Find what lights your life up with passion and excitement. Besides that, Nick, I also passed up all the sororities. I can't read today. I also passed up all the sororities and cheerleading and all the geo. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yup. I can't read. Basically, I get what you're saying. You passed up all the stuff to conform. I just danced to the beat, to my own beat. Always got depressed when I started needing to conform. Exactly. Yep. I feel the same way. It's like I don't want to be what everybody else wants me to be. Like if I was going to be another like just average fucking coach here, I would just be like, I would post every picture. Now I did it because it's funny to me. Because if you look at like a lot of these, like it's not just manifesting pages, but all these pages, they got that neck beard look where they're like, and like, so I started putting that in my thumbnails because it's funny to me. And it's like an inside joke between me and some people I know. But it's like, really, you can manifest in seconds. And like, where's Mitzi, you wanna clip that for memes in the Discord? Mitzi is the queen of the meme in Discord. If you guys don't know, I supplied a bunch of thumbnails that she could turn into stuff later. But to me, it's always funny with like fitting in like with that whole thing where it's like, here's the trend. Everyone's talking about robotic affirming. Let's talk about robotic affirming. I missed that trend by like a fucking month or so, but then I showed up with a success story on it just because I'm like, I had people asking me about it. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll make a video on it. But I always have tried to like, not just in the manifesting stuff, but with comedy, it's like, oh, here's all the skits that usually take off. And if you do this, your channel will be successful. It's like, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing to be successful. I'd rather fail at the beat of my own drum than do what everyone else is doing and be a successful shill. Like, that's always been my thoughts. What's up, Savannah? How you doing? Welcome in. I have no idea. I zoned out as soon as the ad popped up and hit skip. Mitzi, you're gonna hit skip? That's my pennies that you're taking. I always what's it called? It's supposed to be moderate. I thought when you put moderate on the ads, it's supposed to maybe do an ad before the thing starts and that's it. And sometimes it gives me a warning if there's an ad coming up and I could skip it for you guys. If I see it, I'm gonna pay more attention because it's usually in the bottom over here. I'm gonna skip it next time I see one. I randomly clicked on here, never caught you live, but this is the right place for me, Cougars and Cubs. You do stand up. My sister and her boyfriend do that in the Massachusetts area. That's awesome. I did years ago. I'm 27 now. I was 19, 20 when I was doing stand up. I did like 6 times. I had a lot of Biden moments when I did it. I would just fucking forget things, and then like I struggled to find a crowd that was into my comedy. I love Norm Macdonald and Rodney Dangerfield, and it's like I had an assumption too everyone's gonna find me inappropriate. And I was actually like I had good jokes too, and like I would cut them out. I'm like I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I guess I was too nice to be a comedian too. But and then another thing I noticed too was like when I around 23, I was still writing comedy and doing stuff, but a lot of it was self-deprecating, in which it was funny, but I was hanging out with a group of guys where it's like it's really funny to do self-deprecating jokes, but it's like, man, this is not good for self-concept because I'm kind of identifying with this lame character that's getting made fun of. So it's something I pulled back from on it. Doesn't mean I won't go back into it, but it's just I've been trying to rebrand what I want to do with my comedy. But if you guys want, it's called Flex Entertainment. It's still up. I don't post as much on there. I haven't posted in a minute. I'll repost the things like TikTok gives you the on this day in your history or whatever you posted this, and I'll repost them sometimes. But there was a time when I was trying to manifest and I was struggling with it, and I was putting a bunch of sad edits on the comedy channel. My brother's like, "What are you doing to the channel?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm sad." And it's like sabotaging my whole comedy channel with simpy shit. But yeah, I was doing that for a while. Yeah, but no, I wouldn't be opposed to getting back into stand up, but it's like I don't know, stand up scene doesn't really suit me or doesn't appeal to me as it used to. My passion was always movies. I just wanted to be an actor, but I wound up like, here's where failures turned into successful. I said I would never take back a failure in my life because failing at acting because I couldn't remember lines, and feeling like I was typecast as like the big goon all the time. I'm like, I don't want to be the goon. I want to be the star. I want to be Arnold. I want to be Stallone. I was never identified with that. I was identifying with the idea of being the guy who never got the part. So then, but through that, not knowing the law, not knowing how to use it and stuff like that, I would go and like, I was always pretty good at writing. So I would write my own scripts. And then it's like, okay, I'd get my friends to help me film something. But then I learned about cameras. I learned how to use the camera. Then I learned how to edit. So I wound up becoming way more versatile in that. And then through there, I was able to mix that through this. And I already knew a lot of things. And then, like, you know, it's as a good talking point. You meet someone who knows about cameras. You could talk cameras. You could talk editing. You could talk acting. Like, it made me more versatile as a person because I had all these failures, but one failure led me to another path, led me to another path. And that's why I said I'll never take back any of my failures because they've led me to so many cool things. What's it called? Once the reason I pushed away guys when I was like, when I do like them is because I assume they will want kids one day and I don't want their parents staring me down like I'm their kid's teacher, ruining their adult son's future. Neck beard, look, oh, that's so annoying when I see that. I always skip those. Good. Those videos are like that. Oh my God, Cougars and Cubs manifesting. That's so funny. Yeah, I do like that name. That's a good name, Madro. Was that Madro? Oh no, who said Cougars and Cubs? I already missed who said that. Or was that? Or was that Tate said Cougars and Cubs? Or was that you? Yep, that said that. I don't know. Whoever said that was a good one. Cougars and Cubs. Um, yeah, well, no, that was the same thing my SP did too. She would push me away because she didn't want to be seen as the person who stopped me from having kids. But you gotta trust if the guy doesn't want them, he doesn't want them. Especially like yep. If you're talking to a guy who's like my age, like 27, it's like he's probably pretty solidified in that thought by now. Especially if you find a guy with goals too, like me. I've got all these goals and things I want to accomplish in life. Like I want to build this channel up. I still want to go back to doing my comedy channel. I want to travel the world. I want to do all this stuff. If you have kids, you can't do all that. You need to be responsible. You got to be daddy. I don't want to be daddy. I'm been daddy enough. I've been working on that, feeling like I need to watch those videos with over the top thumbnails and clickbait titles. It feels not good to need to watch them anymore. That's good. No, I'm glad you don't watch them anymore, Eli. It's like, yeah, it was funny too because I made that one video. I don't know if all you guys watched it already, but the one where I'm like, the only thing you need for manifesting until tomorrow when I make another video, then you'll watch that one. And it's like, man, I remember being stuck in that phase too. And it's like, all these people, and I was like, I will manifest for you. And then it's funny too because Ink sent me some fucking tool did a video like that the other day. We're actually like 2 days after I fucking did that video, roasting the drops a video about can't manifest your SP. I'll manifest them for you. It's like, fuck you, dude. Like the point of this is self-love and learning to do the thing yourself. And it's like, I had to talk about that before too. It's like I've manifested on behalf of others, but for like very important things, like it was when people were physically sick and they couldn't manifest on behalf of themselves. I was doing that. I remember when I'm shifting myself into a reality where that person is fine. Like I said, when my mom was sick, when my grandpa was sick, when my uncle was sick, when my grandma was sick, when everyone's sick, and it's like I do believe, like Neville said, when it comes time for you to pass away, it's like you come on time, you go on time, but at the same time, it's like there were times where like people couldn't look. Here we go. I can skip the ads. They're coming up right now. Let me know if they came through. I skipped them. But yeah, that's the point. It's like leading a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And if I do all the work for you, it's like if I can fish for you for a day, let's say I can manifest for you, and I just sit there, yeah, I feel the end seed, and you believe because I'm doing this right now, and yes, I'm manifesting for you. Yes, I'm praying to the old gods and the new, and all those things are going forward. Yes, okay, you have SP. Maybe because you have so much faith in me, then it happens, right? But really, was that me doing this whole act, or was that your belief in yourself and your ability to manifest? It wasn't you believing in yourself. It was you believing because you paid me money and I gave you this whole spiel and act and shit that I'm doing it for you, that it happened. Why do you think it's like when I worked with a coach before, like my results came really quick. When people have worked with me, like they're getting responses from SP the next day, even though they might not be exactly what they want, but they're in contact when there was no contact before. I'm not saying they're not, don't think this is like it's going to happen every time, but it has happened a lot of times where I realized you're placing your faith in someone else. So if you believe you're going to get your result because of that, that's what's going to happen. Just like I said, like with the burning the letter, it's like when you burn the letter technique, it's like, okay, here's a physical thing I do, and that's going to get me to my result because I burned the letter. It made me feel like I did something, but really all it is just helped you get that belief and the belief in yourself that you did something that's going to get you the result. So that's the point I'm making on that. Yeah, I don't want you to rely on other people. My point of it is to help you build the confidence where you don't need me anymore. Like, I don't want to be like a coach who's going to be like, okay, now you've done a month worth of sessions and you've made progress and you've got, maybe you forgot your SP. You got your SP, but I think you're going to need another month to satisfy and keep that manifestation. It's not a business to me. It's like, yes, I make money on sessions, but I don't fucking make a killing. I still have a day job, as you guys know. Could I make clickbait titles? Can I fucking put on a song and dance and show? No, I could, but I want to go down as okay, even if I never made a killing doing this, I want to go down as the guys like, I told you the real thing. I showed you the real authentic version of myself, and I gave you all the real knowledge I know and all the real experiences I've had, and I've taught you the best I can. And then you went forward and did it all yourself after that. That's how I want to be remembered on this. As someone who didn't bullshit anybody and just gave you the real thing. Doctors make money in you being sick. Psychologists make money in you needing to come back. Therapists make money in you needing to come back. These coaches make money in you needing to come back. My goal is, so many of you come to me and you already know how to do the shit. It's just you want to hear someone tell you, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I've worked with people and it's like, and I needed it too when I was in that place. You feel so stuck. You just need someone who has been there and been down that dark road before to tell you it's possible, it can be done. I've done it. You're doing everything right. Here's little tips. Here's little tricks. Here's what got me through the dark days. And if that's what I could do to give you that, and you need to come back every now and then, that's cool. But I'm saying the point is, when a lot of people are in this state of like, you feel despair, I want you out of that state of despair, because at the same time, people could take advantage of you in that state, in that victim state. That's why it's like, sometimes people will email me about sessions. It's like, I'll be like, are you sure you want the session? Because the videos have all the information you need. But if you want your situation more personalized, okay, there's only so much I could do through a live stream. There is only so much I could do through a quick little message here and there when I get time. Okay, then I can. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. Some of the stuff, it irks me, because it's like, I don't like seeing people take advantage of other people. And not all of them do. Like, a lot of coaches are really good, but I want people to have lasting results and do things on their own. I don't want, I see a lot of bullshit out there. It's like, you just fucking read a book or you just stole someone else's story. And then like that shit pisses me off. Anyway, I digress. We haven't even fucking turned on the Neville speech and we're an hour in. Boy, I think we're having a better talk this way. Offensive humor is the best, but I agree, self-deprecating is not so good. I stopped doing those kinds of jokes because they would have eventually playing out in a negative joke on my life. Yeah, Tate, I will say this too. I've had like some of my self-deprecating humor and characters, some of those things have played out in my life, and it fucking blows when they do. And it's like, man, that was actually a seed I was planting many years ago, and then it came to fruition many years later. It's like, man, that connects with that character I was doing. But yeah, and I do think that offensive humor is funnier too. I will stand on that hill, and it's like, as long as you don't wish ill on anyone, like people with common sense could be like, oh, he's clowning and he's just fucking around. Like, none of it means anything. It's a joke. The point of the joke is people are going to be laughing at it because it's something you would never say because you know it's wrong, but it's saying things you know are wrong that makes it funny. Wait, what? Oh, I missed this part. Eli said I said it. My bad. My bad joke. I don't know what you said, Eli. Maybe I missed it. Eli, it's weird because I can feel the impulsive need to watch them, but I'm having to just trust, really already have the answers and just need to stay the course and trust the process. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You have to trust the course, and because so many, especially you, yep, you've been around and you've seen, man, yep. From what you told me the other day, all the success you've had, it's like at one point when I first started this channel and I first met you on here, like those were things you were talking about, and you said you're going to get them. You directly told me that was going to happen, and it has. That's why I'm proud of you, and those are great success stories. Maybe I missed Eli's joke. Morning, Eli. She said that I need merch with that on it. It's anxiety that you pull to watch them. Oh wait, is it the one with me doing the neck beard face? Where did Angelica go? I love her. I don't give a fuck attitude. I need that. Maybe can manifest it. Not maybe. Yep. You can, and you already have that. Placebos are so interesting. Part of me wishes I still believed in magic with the K and tarot. as much as I did because it had such a belief. I had such a belief that they'd work, and they would. Yeah, Eli, I remember that too. Back in those fucking Reddit days, like I knew Eli from around the Reddit days too. Before I was even a coach, and I was still trying to figure all this shit out. I was talking to all kinds of people on Reddit, trying to figure this shit out, and it's like there is a degree that like yeah, tarot and magic are nice because if you blindly believe them, you're gonna that and you put all your this thing up here gives you all your um, power. You just put all your power into that. But it's learning to take that energy that you're just putting into blind faith that somebody you paid to give you a fucking tarot reading is telling you. You could just literally say, "What would I like to hear in a tarot reading?" And then you hear it and give it to yourself. Oh yeah, it's true because I said it and I have the power. You just have to sell yourself on that idea. Easier said than done, but hi, still here. Thank you. Just listening. I stopped watching clickbait videos. It starts to roll my eyes. I started unsubscribing from a lot of people. That's good, especially if they're bullshit. Off topic, but what are some go-to meals to eat while bulking? Let me see. I haven't really bulked in a while. I get fat as I go. My stuff is up and down. Like my fitness goes up and down just depending how well dialed in I am. But for the most part, Adro, it's like I go to my meal prep guy and it's like I'll just eat more meals, but it's like I usually put like if it's an little square container, half of it's protein, and then you split the other like one third of it is veggies and the other one's carbs, and you put majority of that meal being protein. So that's what I would do for it, and then you would just eat more often. Like you know, at one point when I was big as fuck, like back at like 18, 17, 18, 19. I was eating like 6 to 8 meals a day. Now, yeah, I had a gut, but my arms were fucking, was that 18, 19 inch arms? Now probably might be like 17. They definitely went down. But like I was way bigger back then. And like I still had 2 pecs back then. I didn't have the one torn and everything, which no one could even notice. That was something else I manifested. But yeah, I would eat more often too. But I would always just put more protein into it and then lifting heavier. It was the Cougars and Cubs manifesting joke. Oh, Eli, you said the Cougars and Cubs manifest. That is a good joke. Yeah, that would be a good shirt. Maybe that's the merch that we make next. Yes, you already have it. There you go. Who are the best manifesting teachers on YouTube, in your opinion? I'm curious who else is good to watch here. The big clickbait YouTubers are pretty obvious. Not so easy to find people with integrity. You know who I do like is like one channel, like it's not the whole channel, but I do like Ani a lot. Um, she's the only one who I really watch on that channel. But I used to watch Kim Velez a lot. Nothing against her, it's just I just don't. I mean, I don't really watch too many people now. I love Tom Kieran. I liked Kim Velez. Um, yeah, I don't watch many of these people. Naya's the only person who I will watch regularly, and like if she posted a video, usually it's like I'll be driving, I'll throw it on in the background. What's funny is I'm posting a video like because she's in Italy, so right, or I don't know, sometimes she's in England. Nail will post a video, and it will be the same video I have queued up. I'm like, fuck, it looks like I'm copying her, and like so it's literally it's like she's here, and then I posted. I'm like, well, whatever, I'm just gonna post it anyway. It was the other day. It was funny. I sent Ink the text message. I finished making my thumbnail on I forgot what it was, but I made the thumbnail and I go to upload the YouTube video and then go as that first video that pops up is Naya's, and it was literally the same topic and very similar captioning and thing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna post it anyway. But they always look like I'm ripping her off. And there was a few times I posted first, and then her thing was exactly the same, and I was like, what the fuck? That's like we're on the same wavelength, and then I feel like a lot of the things I'm saying are having revelations at a certain time separately. And I won't watch her channel for a while. It's like, man, she was going through the same thing. It's almost like a mirror, but I do like and respect Naya a lot. Elmer's really good, but I haven't watched him in a long time either. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people I watch. It's like whoever you vibe with and fits in most to like roughly, even the teachers who don't really know what they're talking about, I feel like are preaching the same message. But if you ask them for in depth, like what to do in this little, they're going to be, live in the end. Yeah, live in the end. Yeah, but if I'm struggling with living in the end, what do I do? Imagine if it's the end and living the end. It is like you could tell, like when they haven't lived it, they don't know the pain, or it's like I will say, even sometimes it's hard once you've manifested something. You've progressed past it, and you don't think about it as much anymore. I try to keep that store that little cookie jar of the pain and things I went through and the bad experiences. I keep them like David Goggins in a cookie jar where they're not interfering with my life or my mind or my thoughts now. But when someone asks a question, I could tap back into that and be like, oh, yeah, I remember that feeling. Okay, what was I doing at that time? And now what works, I always say, what works for me and worked for me. If you believe it's going to work for you, it will work for you. But maybe we need to take, okay, if we're working together and I'm coaching you and you say, what were you going through when this happened? Or if you were in this situation, what happened? I will tap into that cookie jar in my mind and be, okay, when I was going through something similar or the same thing, what did I do? Here's what helped me. And then you go try it out for a while. Or if that doesn't work, or what feels more natural to you, we will sit there and try to like tailor it in to like, all right, what's going to work for you in this particular situation? Other than I'm not going to sit there, like, and my clients who I've had will tell you, I'm not going to sit there and be like, they'll live in that. Yeah. I would just, and affirm they love you all day, just all the time. Yeah. Affirmations work. Trust. I read it in the, I mean, I lived it. I didn't read it in the book only. Like that's when you know people are fucking bullshitting. Because let's be honest, manifesting sounds fucking crazy as shit if you didn't actually experience it. Like all of us are here because we've either had some experience with it or something in us, like we genuinely know. And it's like there wouldn't have been people like Neville. Again, Neville's book right here. If you read the Bible, it's like all that shit's saying the same thing. If you read the ancient Stoics, they're all preaching law of assumption. The Tao Te Ching, like I was looking into the book. I haven't read the whole thing. I've only read little excerpts. But the Bhagavad Gita is like I believe it's, I forgot. I'm not going to even say I think it's Hindu, but I know it's from India. There's like all these ancient religions and stuff like that. They all, and teachings, they all talk about manifesting. They all talk about your thoughts create. So it's not just this ancient thought process. It's something that even the CIA and FBI studied. It's something that like world governments have looked into. Like there's something to it. I wouldn't put, like, I'm someone who is naturally, I was more naturally self-conscious. So I wouldn't have fucking put my face out here if I haven't lived it and experienced it. There was a long time where I was experiencing it and I was making a promise with God, okay, if this happens, then I'll make a channel. And then I'll be like, sorry, God, I can't. I don't want SP to find out about this. And then I always kept putting it off. Okay, well, if you take SP away, then I'll do a channel. Then SP would go away. And no, if I get her back, then I promise. And it's like kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, I have enough evidence of the stuff where it's like, I'm going to talk about it. And then that's where we are now. Let's see. Eli, I love the placebos like magic and tarot because they make you feel helpless now and feel fun because I know the magic is in me. Just rest and just the rest is just us showing off. Yeah, I like that. Yep. It's like just you have to realize it's all within you. I don't know who that is, Angelica. I've actually never seen him before, or maybe it's a girl. I don't know. I don't know who Paulie Manifest is. He's not a coach, but he talks about his experience. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's like I don't know who he is, but if he's genuine, sounds good. That's some thought transmission. Y'all just manifesting, just on the same manifesting wavelength. Here nor there is interesting takes. I just started seeing that guy here nor there. He seems decent, but I haven't. I watched a couple of his videos. My first channel was Create Your Future. I love Ani and Bianca. She was on it. My favorite channel, the smaller ones that get recommended. Yeah, I believe the smaller ones have a lot more substance to them. Ani is my favorite over at Create Your Future. Bianca was too, but Bianca has her own channel now. Bianca's the one who coached me. When I was struggling, like the fourth time, I was like, there's no way you can manifest back 4 times. And then, oh yeah, you could do that. And then I find out, like, there's like a breakthrough. It's like, no, I'm seeing a bunch of people 3, 4, 5 times. Like my time was 6. And then people were like, well, like some fucking fat slob lady fucking said something about, oh, well, it's almost like you never even had her. It's like, listen here, Mary, whatever your fucking name is, you fucking chode. You never had your SP. That's why this video is popping up and you're recommended. And you sat through 20 minutes of me talking about how I got my SP back this many times because you wish you could have had him back one time. But he ain't coming back because you got that such a negative fucking hater mentality. So you take your tubby ass and roll down the road. See, this is why I'm not supposed to read the bad comments because I'll start doing shit like that. But yeah, anyway, whatever her name was, Mary, fuck that lady. See, that stuff does stick in my head sometimes. Anyway, where were we? We're talking about fat ladies trying to hate on me. Yeah, 6 times with my SP is a lot better than 0 with hers. Where was I looking at stuff? I watch all the ones you mentioned, but who is the lady you just said? Nah, I couldn't hear that. Oh, Naya, yeah, like Eli said, Naya. Here nor there is great. I'll check out Paulie. Yeah, I don't know who Paulie is. Yeah, Naya, that's how you spell it, like how Eli wrote. Honestly, I've manifested almost everything since the beginning, but never really stopped to celebrate or feel the gratitude due to wish I have taken time to announce success stories along the way. Well, yep. I mean, you could always send me the emails with it or write your success stories here. Like that's what we got these lives, motivating each other and building each other up. So if you got your success stories you want to drop them now. And while you're doing them, feel the gratitude yourself. Turn it into an exercise for you. Oh, Naya, I know her. She's good. Yeah, I like Naya a lot. Eli, me too. I feel like shifting and I'm hopeful. We all shift together so none of us get left behind. Exactly. We're all there. Naya is really good and her personality is entertaining too. That's what I like about her too. And she's like a traditional Italian. I'm like the bastardized American version. It's not self-deprecating. This is real. We don't even speak Italian. And I'm only half. The other half is Irish. I'm like the most Italian with a really fucking Irish last name. Yes, we're all in this together. Yup. Nobody's getting left behind. I think manifesting is pretty simple. When I first started out, I put it into practice and got quick results. Once I started watching 100 different channels, I got confused and had very few results. Got to keep it simple and use channels you like that remind us that we have the power within and we aren't needing to pay $10,000 for a course or whatever. Good coaches can help us, but some of these people are practically stealing money. That's what I'm saying, Tate, that they're fucking, it's too much. That's why I call it like the Walmart of coaching. Like I know people like, oh, 150 an hour is a lot. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's not, but it's like, 1, we usually run over. 2, I really care and I put a lot of effort into it. And I'll still, like, if you're DMing me, I'll probably respond to those messages too, as long as you're not blowing me up left and right. And like being like, oh, I just have one question. I just have one more. And it's like, okay, come on. Then at that point, buy another session. But I will always try to answer all the questions I can. But some of these coaches, like, it's like, come on, man. Like and I think I get the vibe of it. It's like, if you haven't been there, this is why I spend so much time on it, because I've been there and I know the pain that you're in. That's why I spend the extra time, because I've been super fucking depressed where I didn't give a fuck what happened to me. I've had the heartbreak of the SP stuff. I've had the thing feeling worthless in life. So I've been there and I know the struggles that you're going through, and I'm going to meet you where you are and we're going to build you back up. But at the same time, like I said, I try to put all the information for free on these videos, and I think that they do encompass everything pretty well. If you have questions, that's what the live streams are for. If you want to like pay extra to be talking about manifesting all day, I mean, I'm on Discord. I mean, I know we don't have many people in the Discord, but they know whenever you ask a question within the first couple hours, I'm answering it or less. Usually it's like I got the notifications going directly to me, but that's a paid thing. That's $7.50 a month, which is basically like 2 cups of coffee to have access to Mystic talking all the time. But yeah, the whole thing about fucking, I've heard some of the prices and it's crazy. Some of the prices and the things you get told, because I've got clients that come from other people, and I'm not going to name names because let them do their business and let the people find out on their own. But it pisses me off. I'm not going to lie. I've gotten pissed off from a couple of these things, but if they piss you off, then they have your control and your mind and your attention, and you don't want no one else to have your attention or your power except for you. Bianca is sweet too. Um, your intrusive thoughts about haters are this are my same thoughts. That's how I get. Italian and Polish. Yeah, I forgot, Angelica, you're from out here too. I feel like, yeah, all the Italians out here are mixed with something. I feel like I knew one person, one guy who was 100% Italian. Your universe is a, your universe is a staple channel, very deep but straightforward, with her manifesting coming from research, science, and old occult knowledge. Makes it clear for modern people. I don't know who that is. Yep, yep. Your universe. I I need to set up Discord ASAP. Yeah, for sure. Jump in whenever you want. It's we've worked through the kinks now. I think everything's all good, but we try to keep it as kinky as possible, as least kinky as possible. That was a shitty joke. I'm not self-deprecating. I'm just stating a fact. 150 is pretty standard for a lot of coaches these days, but I've seen like 1,000 plus for an hour. Yeah, I've seen that too, Tate. It's fucking incredibly like. I tried to be like, I mean, a lot of them I see it's like around 200 to 225 to 250 for about 45 minutes. I label it an hour and we still go over an hour usually because I'm not doing the 30-minute sessions anymore because 30 always turn into an hour because I like to talk and I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, okay, let's, what's it called? 30 minutes is barely enough time for you to let me know what's going on. And then I can just, hey, live in the end, and just leave it. So, let me see. There's something I'm a little confused about. Is it okay to feel good while having what you want in your imagination? But some say you're supposed to give it to yourself, but they usually mean solo dates rather than visualizing a date with someone you want and feeling good from that. Is it wrong to feel good because you imagine having outside things? No, Eli, it's good to feel good about imagining having outside things. So, what do you call it? Like, if you want to take yourself out, I think I maybe did it once or twice. I don't like going to places alone. I don't like, what do you call it? I know my one friend's like, oh, go to a bar by yourself. I don't like going to a bar by myself. I don't like going to a restaurant by myself. I will go to a drive-through by myself. I don't like going to a movie by myself. I don't know. I just don't like to do that, but I did it like to get my mind clear. When I took a trip, I went to what do you call it? I went to Universal with my brother. I went to Vegas with my friends and family to clear my head, but it was something for me. I was still trying to manifest SP at those times, but I did those things for me. And then SP was not far around the corner because I prioritized myself in a major way that way. But at the same time, too, Eli, I would just go on dates with my SP in my head. Like it'd be a Friday night and we're not together. I don't know where she is. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know who she's with. That thought's on my mind. It's bothering me. But what am I doing? Before I leave for work, I used to get out of work at 10 and had to be back at 6. But I'm like, I'm not wasting my Friday. I'm going to go out and enjoy my weekend. So I would make plans with my friends, but I'd spend about my last hour of work sitting there meditating, imagining a date with Lily, and I would just go through that whole date. And then, cool, the date's done. I felt like I went on a date with her. I kissed her goodnight. Sometimes there was some remote seduction, and then just go to sleep. Boom, I go out with my friends. And then I trust that I've done enough. And then I go out and she might pop in my head and I might feel depressed. No, I already went on the date. And then it's, you gotta be careful. You drink too much, you start getting in your feels, and then you be like in a bad state. But enough drinks to feel a little buzz or feel good. And if you don't drink, don't drink. Like, I'm not a big drinker, but I went through that phase because I was depressed. There's no reason to do all that. And I would go out and I would enjoy my time with my friends the best I could. I'm not saying you're going to feel 100%. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect in the moment, but you enjoy your time with them and you go about your life. That's prioritizing you. That's feeling happy. But if you want to go on a date with SP, Eli, and you want to feel good, there is nothing wrong with feeling good now. That's the whole point of this. If you feel good now and you feel happy with you, and you feel happy that you have SP in your imagination, then you already have SP. In your imagination is just as good as having SP now. Hey, Shorty, what's up? I like kinky though. I always got to keep it in there. Hey, Nick, holy shit. I just had a really good date with the SP I manifested. Thank you for your help. D-Ram, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming in with a success story. I love that when the success stories come in the live like that. If you would like and you care, you don't have to, but if you want, you could you could put the success story here if you want, and you keep it, I'd keep it confidential and stuff. But if you want to inspire people, you can send me an email with the story too, and I can tell it to people. But I'm very happy for you, D-Ram. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you had that manifestation success. I hope it was a great date and everything went well and you enjoyed yourself. Happy here. Look, I love this too. I love everybody. We're all in this together. Everyone's hyping D-Ram up. I love that. I can't wait to hear yours either, still, Shorty. Another ad popped up and it was FedEx and in Spanish. I didn't even see the thing, but you know why too? I was leaning back reading this and the phone is right here. If you just popped in too, look at how Mitzi, you'll like this because his iPhone. Look at this sleek case. This is my favorite thing in the merch that came out. It's much nicer than the other case I made with that other website. That one, I cannot wait to launch that one. I'm sorry, Android people. I don't know if we have an Android one. It's an iPhone exclusive, so me and Mitzi don't have to read people's green-ass text messages. Morning bird, I wouldn't expect any less from a cougars. Mystic, can you talk about dating others while manifesting SP? I've been manifesting SP for 6 months, and I got to a point where I thought about hooking up with others would make me feel better, but it didn't. Okay, still Shorty. So here's the thing. I did both. I did not completely abstinent for most of the stuff. Most of the first few times I manifested SP was like I was just only focused on her no matter how long it took. I didn't care. I'll satisfy myself. I didn't want to be with nobody. I didn't care about nothing. And then other times where I was kind of mad and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go be a player. I'm going to do this. And I felt empty. I felt fulfilled. And I was meeting girls that would like have a lot in common with me too, like I mentioned earlier in the thing. I still felt empty. That might be a sign that yes, you should continue to manifest your SP. There is a divine match and there's something you should be focused on. But my SP showed up sometimes when it was like I still had other stuff going on. And, you know, I would release it when SP returned every time, but it was not like I was like, oh, here's my manifestation. Let me go back. Thanks for the time. Thanks for filling in the time. Cool. I'm going to move on. But if you're feeling uncomfortable with it, you don't have to. You're not like, having sex with those other people or hooking up with them is not manifesting your SP any faster. So if it doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. He said, D-Ram, tell us what happened. We're not forcing you, D-Ram, but if you want to tell the success story, I'd love to hear it. Or send mysticmanifesting@gmail.com a message, and I will tell that one anonymously about a viewer. But I would appreciate that. People love the success stories. Even if you don't, I appreciate you just saying it there. That's amazing. Thanks. I guess that's why I worry about. I feel good on my own, but it feels wrong to feel good because of something outside me. No, I mean, you want to feel good, Eli. That's the whole point of life, is to feel good and enjoy your life. The more you give yourself permission to feel good, the more life wants to give you more. That's that Bible quote I love from the Matthew. It's called the Matthew principle. For those who have everything, more will be given. For those who have nothing, more will be taken away. So the more happy you feel about what you have and the more grateful you feel about what you have, the more you're going to be given. The only green we like is money. That's true. That's true, Mitzi. We're all about that money now. I was very specific about what I wrote down about SP and the values that they would hold, physical features, behaviors, and everything. I set and affirmed a timeline, and bam, it happened. Second date tomorrow. That's awesome, D-Ram. I'm happy. I'm proud of you, and that makes me feel good. And see, I mean, look at when you're specific, It's like there's another Bible. I'm not going to be throwing Bible quotes at you guys, but like the one I read the other day with Lily, it was like, if you ask God for bread, He's not going to give you a rock. If you're specific about what you want, you're going to get specifically what you want. So I love that. I love that success story. Once again, proving you can manifest an SP out of thin air, and you can manifest an SP back, and you can manifest whatever the fuck you want. So, to the people who say, "Oh, you can't manifest, it's not real," you could suck a chonky. That's from the Comedy Channel. I did a video where I was Boba Fett, and some guy wrote, some fucking nerd wrote, he's like, "Oh, I made like some fat joke about Lizzo, I think, being on Mandalorian," and then he's like, some nerdy kid's like, he goes, "Oh, you say that like you're not the chonkiest boy," and I was like, "We're suck a chonky," and I don't know why that line was so funny to me, but yeah, I don't know how I got on that. That guy could suck a chonky. This stuff is real. Intention is everything. Cut the negative self-talk because you will get what you think about. Exactly, D-Ram. Thank you. I feel like D-Ram, you're preaching here. I love it. I love the positivity and energy. And it's like, look, here's another person who's been on the other side. He's made it through. So, look, you guys can do anything you want. Nothing is impossible. What if we have two SPs? I have a current SP and an old SP. I would love to be with the old SP, and I haven't manifested commitment with the current SP. My mind is still back and forth sometimes. So see, that's the thing. It's like you want to be very specific on it. If you have two, it's because, possibly it sounds like you don't. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's very hard for me to tell you right now because whatever choice you make is the right one, as long as it feels right to you. If you want the current SP, then focus on a commitment with that SP and, remove attention from the old one. You're serving two masters. You're splitting your attention between two. But if the first one is really, there's nothing wrong with chilling with the girl you're with now. But if you really want the first one, how does it feel to be with her? How does it feel to go to sleep with her every night? How does it feel to go on dates with her? What are things you guys would be doing together? Like if that's your true desire is the first one, put your energy, attention, and focus on that, and then not even worry about the first one or the one you have now. And this is not going to for sure happen, but I would say I would not be surprised you're changing your focus and taking it off something. You're going to get that commitment then too. But let's say, hey, you're focusing on this one, the original one, but the current one says, no, I want commitment. Do you just take that then and be like, wow, okay, this is what I really wanted? Which one do you really want? Do you only have this one because you feel the other one's impossible? Or do you want the other one and you only took you only took the one you have now because the other one feels impossible? Or if that one came along and wanted to be with you but wasn't giving you commitment, and then they both weren't giving you commitment, which one would you choose? So you got to really be specific on what you want. Mystic same. I don't enjoy going on solo dates. I'm already an introvert who has happily done tons of things alone in my life, but I've never wanted to be alone forever. Solo dates leave me feeling lonely. And DRAM, that's exciting. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. Yup. It's like if it's something that reminds you about being lonely and makes you feel lonely, don't do it. But I'm saying, if it's something that you want to do and there's something you hear about, it's like, you don't have a date to go to, but you wouldn't mind doing it alone, go do it. Enjoy your life. But really, you can do everything within here. Live your life in your mind. Live your dreams in your mind, and they'll come to fruition. Damn, we're 15 minutes to midnight. God damn, I got to be up in 4 hours to go to the gym. It's going to be a long morning. Let's start wrapping up with the final 15 minutes, guys. Or final 7. That brings us to an hour and a half. We didn't listen to Neville, so the title's a lie. I'm going to have to go change that. But I think we had a better discussion this way. Because that Neville speech is like another hour, and then I'm breaking that down. That ain't happening. Let's try for tomorrow night. But I'll keep you guys updated through community post. If you're in the Discord, you'll get the announcement. Still, Shorty, I just realized if you're here, you're still seeing everything in the Discord, right? I'm pretty sure you're in the Discord. I know there's not many of us, but I know the other two can see everything. Mitzi and the moderators can see everything. So I just want to make sure everyone can see everything. I know we had a couple issues, but I'm pretty sure we got all those those kinks worked out, like I said. But I haven't seen from you, so hopefully you can see everything. Yes, the main issue was the old SP blocked me everywhere, so I stopped manifesting her. The new one came into my life and was amazing for a while until my back and forth brought in a third party. I had a great connection with both SPs, so it's hard to choose, but the blocking kind of made it easy to choose the new SP since she showed more interest. Yeah, Tate. So here's the thing. It's hard because it's like, look, I've overcome the blocking and I've overcome the third parties. Those are both, their circumstances and they suck and they got to do your own, you got to get through them. So, which one is easier for you to live with? Which one do you really want? I would say at that point, deciding what you really want, make a chart, and like it sounds stupid, but hey, make a chart. First of all, no, actually do this. List off who is the perfect SP. And if you're not opposed, who knows? Like, it sounds like, to me, this is personally, like, I might be wrong. So tell me if I'm wrong on this. But these are two women in your life. You have a personal connection with them, like you said. You enjoy your connections and your memories you had with them. And I know it's hard to let go of that stuff. But what if you listed out the perfect SP on a piece of paper and some new woman came in, a third SP, and met all those things and showed interest? Would you want that person more? Ask yourself that question first. If the perfect SP who meets your perfect woman list, if she came in, would you give a shit about those other two? If that's the case, usually when it's balanced between two, like when I had the first SP and then I met Lily, that first one was completely out of my head. I'm not thinking about it no more, even though I don't even remember. Was I black with that one? I think she just moved away. But like, didn't even talk to her or nothing really. But and then I went through stuff with Lily, like third parties and blocking, and then the other one was in my reality. But she had a third party too. So it's like, there's a thing where I could choose between the two of them. There was no question that I wanted Lily. I don't care. I knew I could manifest through anything. I didn't want the other one. But let's say you list out the perfect SP, and you list out the perfect one. That third SP now comes in, gives you everything, shows you interest, and it's only with you, and you've worked on your self-concept. You know no third party is going to come in. You love yourself. You love the idea of this person. And then you got that. Is that what you want? Because usually when people are like they're stuck between two, or it's like they want an SP, but then other women come in and then they kind of like fall for that new woman, and then like things don't work out, but then they start latching onto another. It's because their deep desire is they want to be loved. They want to have that experience. It's like that thing, the quote from Mike Mentzer where he was talking about bodybuilding. He's like, yeah, we want to have muscles, but why do we want it? It's a sense of accomplishment that we're chasing, not necessarily the muscles. Why do we want an SP? It's more or less we're chasing the desire to feel and be loved and have a relationship, not necessarily that specific person. We just associate those feelings with that person because they feel familiar. I'm not saying you can't have one or both or whatever, but I'm saying if you would really want, it sounds to me more like you just would love to be loved in a relationship. Before that, love yourself, feel worthy of a relationship, and then list out that perfect person. If that perfect person comes along and you want that and you feel content and you love yourself and everything, then I think that's what it would be. I feel like the majority, like I said, the majority of people on the SP journey, it's not necessarily this person or no person. It's pretty much this person or any person. Like to branch off Neville's quote of like, the one woman was like, oh, I want this man or no man. And he's like, is it really this man or no man? I would say, is it really like, do you want this one person right here, this guy or girl? Or do you want any one of them? Because more or less it's a feeling you're chasing. So if you're chasing love, well, one, you shouldn't be chasing, you should be attracting it. So don't worry about it. Just relax into the what do you call it? The feeling, and give that feeling to yourself first and decide if it's really a perfect person and you don't really give a shit. That's what I'm gonna say. You have to ask and figure that out yourself. Imagine love feels like getting a preview, and I think it helps feeling the closeness when it's unfolding in 3D. Also takes some of the pressure off the 3D. Yep. There you go. Yep. I'd love to still see a live about the Neville speech. Yeah, Eli, I got to do that one this week then. I'm going to do that, and then I got to think of an idea because, like I said, We got one subscriber to the membership channel that I didn't even know I have. So I'm gonna have to promote that so it's not just the one person because I feel like that would be awkward. But I'll probably do a poll and see what time you guys would like me to do another live during the week for a membership channel and see wherever the general consensus is on that or how that works out. I thought of that. Maybe better to be general. I don't like to let go of people I have a connection with, but I could always meet someone with a new and even better connection. I've changed a lot since meeting both of them and might not know what I want with them anymore. Exactly, Tate. And that's kind of one of the things. It's like I hate to to give that message because it kind of sounds like I'm saying, oh, you can't have your SP. I'm not saying that, but it's more or less a lot of people. I feel like because on the journey too, it's funny because the people I've worked with, they're doing so well, like they're doing everything they're supposed to get their SP back, but they're not necessarily seeing the movement, right? But then a new person comes in, but they didn't truly change their self-concept, and they latch the fuck onto the new person and scare them off because they say, I want to be loved, love me, but they didn't go and love themselves. So now, why is this person treating me this way? This stuff doesn't work. No. It works because it attracted them in because you weren't trying. You were relaxed, attracting, and a perfect person came in. Now that person ran away, and it's like, no, now I need to manifest that person back. You could, or you could go and double down on self-concept because if you start to see, then a pattern is repeating. We have to fix us before we get to outside. Not saying we're broken, but there's things we have to work on sometimes to be more calm, to be more trusting, and to walk in faith. So that's what I'm saying on that. So maybe start with that, Tate. Like script that out. Go to sleep with that new imaginary woman every night. Enjoy that, like live in that end for a while and see how that feels. Juan Carlos Roberto, your message got retracted. I don't see it. I'm okay letting go of SP and just meeting someone who is a good fit. I basically just need confidence. The younger guys who like older women. Yep. Let me tell you this. I mean, what does this channel prove to you? We just told the story about my SP's best friend and her other friend that she had, both being with younger guys. We also told the story about, let's see, Eli, you said you were into older women, right? I believe Tate said he was into older women. Who else? We're going up. We're going up now. It's 4 plus me is 5. We're all spread out across the country too. Yep. Where's everybody else? Was Mark also on board with this? I think Eric's SP is older. I mean, the most of us, yep, are into older women. And look how many older women are into younger men. So we gotta think like that. How do you love yourself if you don't know yourself? I'm 18. Well, Jordan, you don't have to know yourself to love yourself. You just have to know that you're worthy of being loved. So even at 18, I wasn't fully confident. It took me, like, I'm 27 now. I'm barely in that thing for the past 2-3 years now where it's like, okay, it took all this time. At 18, I knew exactly who I was. I was confident, but I wasn't that confident. I was projecting confidence, but I wasn't that confident. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that with life. I'm just boldly stating things and yelling them because, I'm trying to be something I'm not, but I figure fake it till I make it. But I really didn't love myself. And it's like I went through so many ups and downs at that age. But if I had one thing to change, it was like, be happy with who you are now. Yeah, you haven't figured it out. I would say sit down one day and figure it out. What are things that interest you? What do you see your life going like? What are some things you would like to do with your life? What are your passions? What are your hobbies now? Would you like to turn them into a career? How can you make some money now? Like start to try to sit down one day. Take a day just to be in the quietness of your room. Turn off the TV, no music, no social media, no nothing. Just sit down, script some things out. Like script out the future of your life. Then start telling yourself you deserve it. You need to love yourself now, no matter who or where you are. Am I perfect now? No, but I love the shit out of myself. when I was like, I've had times in my life where things were technically going a lot better. No, I mean, not actually, probably not. Now things are pretty good now. But before, like things were not good, and I was like basing my entire life on things aren't perfect, so my life sucks. But now it's like I don't know. Maybe there are times in my life where things were, but I really can't think of a time like my life feels really good right now. But it didn't start changing until I started changing the way I viewed things, loving myself and loving every opportunity that came with me. The good, the bad, and the ugly are all good things. Everything that's happening to me is good because it's teaching me something. A bad thing teaches me how to be a better man. A good thing teaches me to be grateful for the good. You know, nothing is really, you shouldn't be indifferent about anything. There should be like something, a lesson in everything. But I think you need to sit down and like really know, what do you love in life? What is your relationship to that? And just feel happy with where you are. Look how far you've come. Yeah, you're only 18, but to stop focusing on your age of like, oh, well, I can't love them. Well, what age? Hold on. I see the ads coming. I'm skipping them. We're having that important chat. Um, yeah, you might be only 18, but at 18, I was already figuring out, hey, I want to do this, this, and this. And then guess what? By 19, I got knocked way off course. By 20, way more off course. 21, 22, and I'm in major depressions at that point and stuff. And I just hated myself. I hated life. I hated all this stuff. And realized, man, if I could go back, I wouldn't change anything, but it's like the only thing I would be finding a way to spin it and be more happy and see the positives in those moments. So love yourself and come up with your life plan now. Be excited that you get to come up with a life plan now. Be excited you got your whole life ahead of you. Love yourself because you have your whole life ahead of you, because you're just starting the game of life. So there is a reason to love yourself now. Love yourself because you just entered the game and you got the whole field ahead of you. And no matter what happens, oh, it didn't go according to plan? Cool. How did that work out in my favor? Like I said, at 18, I wanted to be an actor. Didn't work out. But then I learned how to work cameras. I learned how to edit videos. I learned how to make my own films. Then I got into comedy. Then I got into stand-up and sketch and then meeting people. And then I was always lifting weights at the time. Up and down, skinny, fat, jacked, never six-pack, but always like in good shape. More money, less money, all this stuff. And it's like, wow, led you down this path of like, wow, look at that. Now think about where you will be at 28. Look at the man you've become at 28. Jump into the future and see that and be grateful for that guy. Be thankful for where you are now, though. You don't need to have a reason to love yourself. Love yourself because you're alive. You're reflecting my thoughts on this. I've been feeling less attached to SPs because I'm focused on my own life, self-love, thinking my ideal SP is probably better. Maybe one of my SPs will match the things I'm looking for. Exactly, Tate. Yeah, they might match it meeting. They might meet you where you need to be met, but you need to be your priority. When you're your priority, people meet you where you need to be met. No more chasing, no more trying to be something for someone else. Write 10 to 30 small manifestations to build your trust. Exactly, Angelica. Many manifestations are I was gonna say killer. Killer is a bad thing, but a great confidence builder. Morning bird, we do. Trust me. Even my friends have older girlfriend. See, like Eli said, yep. Yes, this channel has finally made it click for me. Exactly. We love you too. Yep. I'm glad you're back too. So hopefully we see more of you too. Even after you got your nice young guy. Yep. Hopefully you still come around and see us. But we love you too. You've been here since the beginning with me too. And look at all the fucking amazing things you've manifested. You need to send me an email with all those things, or you need to come in here and spam the chat with all your things you manifested, because you listed a few of them off and I remember where you started before. That's one of the things I usually remember. I don't know, maybe I've got some kind of photographic memory but like profile pictures, names, and stories usually stick. Is there some sort of hack to believe in the law in the same day or in order to avoid inner skepticism? Well, Juan, I'll say this. I used to say in the beginning of the channel, I don't do this anymore. But like people say, how often have you quit the law? And I say, I quit the law every day. And then always something proves it to me. Write down, like Angelica said, 10 to 20 or 10 to 30, like mini manifestations. Things you don't really give a shit if they happen or not. And but they seem a little bit out of the ordinary. See if they happen. Then maybe do Neville's ladder experiment. Start trying to find little things to prove the law to yourself. You aim for something that you put up on a pedestal. It's going to be really hard to sell yourself on the idea. Like you said, you seem to be like a beginner at all this, and you've got a lot of skepticism. I mean, like I said, even when I started too, I didn't fully believe it, but it's like, what choice did I have? If thinking and believing a certain way made me feel good, why would I not think and believe and feel that way? I have no choice. If it makes you feel good, why would you choose not to believe that? It's crazy because I've been getting a YouTube algorithm sending me videos about cougar cub relationships on the rise. And now today I randomly tuned into this live. It's good to see we're not alone. Yeah, there's a lot of us in the Cougars. Oh, you're welcome, Jordan. I just seen your message. Jordan, I look at baby Jordan, I look at baby pictures of myself and I think all of the lovable things of myself I was born with reminds me I was born 100% lovable before I even had self awareness. That's a good one. Yup, yup. I like that. That's a really good statement to make. And Jordan, take that from her. That's a very good thing that she said right there. Doesn't matter how young you are to love yourself. Kids love themselves, but as you get older, you usually fall out of it because of self-image issues, comparing yourself. It's about finding it out again. Exactly, Eli. I love that too. So see, like we're all in this together. I love how we're all motivating each other here. You guys got good takes on it too. That it's like there is no reason not to love yourself. Any age doesn't matter. Whether you're a little kid or an old person, you should love yourself. My SP's name is George. I do like older women, but one of my SPs is a few years younger, so it depends on who the person is. I like anyone I click with, but usually older than me. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I really do feel like it's like on the rise with like younger guys being with older women. You got this, George. Yes, exactly. You got this. The 3D sensory world labels and bullshit make you not love yourself. But remember, you were born You were born, none of that mattered. When you were born, none of that mattered. We are powerful spirits having a human experience. Very well said, DRAM. I love that. See, that's another great one too. I love all this love and positivity we got going here. And I love like seeing new names in here and then people I haven't seen in a while. I love DRAM's success story. I love all of us building each other up. That's amazing. Same because I quit the law yesterday and I had a mental break. Oh, sorry, I had a mental breakdown at brunch with my friend about SP. And then I saw a community post from Bia and I went right back to saying one affirmation and I recorded it in 3D and I reacted in the 3D today with SP and I still went back to affirm. Mitzi, yeah, that's the one thing. Me and Mitzi do talk a lot, but it's like Mitzi, you got such a strong self concept and stuff. It's like you just gotta train the not reacting to stuff because things are working on your favor and it's looking good. And then like if you look at things the wrong way, you start to see more bad things. Even though like in your situation, I only see like good, and that's not even me looking from a manifesting thing. It looks good. Like you're getting a bunch of the feedback you need. It's just the impatience too. Impatience will cause you to react. So you just got to stay determined and persistent and patient. I think that would be like the biggest thing with you, Mitzi, would probably be the patience because you have the self concept and everything, but then you do get like me. Like, look, I'll say I don't react to shit, but you guys saw me. You let my inner demons out about the haters. I don't see loving myself as taking bubble baths and drinking wine. It's about knowing I have the right to exist and be who I am. Exactly, Eli. That's it. It's not. You don't have to pamper yourself. It's nice to do things for yourself, but I know, like, especially for us guys, it's hard to do things for yourself. I think, at least for myself, I get more from life and feel more valuable when I'm doing things for others. But at the same time, you want to do things for yourself sometimes. Like treat yourself to something. Like the other day, I was looking. Yeah, I spent a lot on my mom for Mother's Day. I spent a lot on Lily for Mother's Day. Um, what do you call it? I always do a lot for everybody else. So I'm like, you know what? I saw this cool lighter page keeps popping up on my Instagram. So I'm like, you know what? For my lighter collection, I think I'm gonna buy a new lighter, like a nice $30, $40 lighter. A little something for me. That's treating yourself. That's reminding yourself you deserve to exist. If you could afford to buy yourself a little something nice, Jordan, do that too. Give yourself that reason to feel good. I need to email you for sure, but I'm behind on social media. I'm behind on social media, but I want to set up Discord. I do spam your chat. I don't have to do. I don't do this in any other channel, but I do shamelessly here. Well, keep being shameless. Yep, yep, yep. I love it. And feel free to spam it. Spam it with your success stories and everything, or whatever you want to write. What's up, Courtney? How you doing? Eli, yes, self care comes naturally you have once you know you have 8 robe here. I don't know, maybe that's a typo. You know matter, you know you matter, and you deserve the experience of life in the best way. Exactly. Mitzi, I'm impatient. I'm an impatient Leo, and I listen to my Parrot app affirmation. I love the Parrot app. Mitzi, you're super resilient. Yes, she is. I finally got my hair done a couple weeks ago. That's another thing too. That like sometimes I'll go for get my beard lined up, where they put the little hot towel treatment like the 1920s and get a good fade and stuff like that. And then I'll go home and I'll manscape and I'll take care of myself. I'll take a day to take care of myself. I'll go with Lily to go get her nails done, and they chop my feet up real good, soak them in a little bubble bath, and make sure my ingrown toenails get cut out. That's what I do for myself. I'm glad you called me too, Courtney. Good to see you. What's your manifesting question? Face mask too, yeah. Damn, we're gonna be at 2 hours. It's gonna be a hard morning. Yes, I love taking care of myself too, and manscaping is a must. Exactly. I don't know how people don't manscape. If I don't manscape, and you guys probably seen it when I wear my cutoffs on a couple, I get all hairy here. I'm like a stunt double on Planet of the Apes. That's the next acting role I'm gonna get. My first time in a live, but thank you for I can't fuck this up. I love that. It helps me so much a lot. Well, you're welcome, Fox Punk. Welcome in. This is the first time. Usually, like I said, I recognize most of the names and faces, like 99%. So welcome in. I'm glad that helps you. I was actually that's my only regret. But hey, you can't fuck this up. So it works out in some reason. You want to know the reason it works out? Because look, I was promoting this earlier, and I don't know how long you've been here, Fox, but this is like the new merch I made. I love how glossy this is. I can't stop rubbing my phone case. A genie's gonna pop out if I keep rubbing it, or it's gonna get excited. I don't know. But usually on the last phone case it says you can't fuck this up here. But I was like, man, I forgot to put that on there. Oh, man, I fucked up. No, you can't fuck this up. And that's what the wolf is a symbol of. It makes the wolf more of a symbol that the wolf itself is a symbol. You can't fuck this up. See how I turn things that seem bad into good ones? And then I could always design another case later. We could have the PC one with no swearing on it, and the one for people who like to swear. I found your channel a year ago during my current SP journey. So I'm not new, but I really don't comment often unless it's a live stream. Gonna try to catch the next one. For sure. I tried to announce it like at least 12 hours before, but I'm all over the place. Usually Monday morning is when I like to do the lives. I'm trying to do more lives. I know people like it. I know it's engaging, but I do have to try and set aside time because it could be anywhere from 1 to 3 to 4 hours. So I don't think we made the 4 hour mark, but I think we hit 3. What is it when you get close to your manifestation? Like you are manifesting an SP and 2 of your exes come back and say the same thing that you're affirming for your ex to say, like verbatim. Though, Courtney, that's birds before land. So you take that how you will. If you want those other exes, you could. I mean, that was always something that's like, okay, that comes up, you could have that. But you take it as I'm trusting that my affirmations are being heard. And now your SP that you want, you might have resistance to that SP. But those other exes, you don't because you're detached from them. But they're still somewhere existing in your subconscious. So the message is being pushed out. You're saying beautiful things that you want to hear and you're feeling good. So, God and the universe are giving it to you. They're being told to you by a source who would tell you that. And the only person who's going to probably tell you those same things, it has to be an ex. So it's an ex giving you those feedbacks, showing you that, yes, it's there. Now, whatever resistance you have, it's either dropping or it's about to drop, or you're going to receive it from that ex that you want it from. But there's less resistance to those, so it's like walking in detachment already. I'm getting my lashes and hair done this week. After that, I'll have all my goodies done, and I'll be unstoppable. That's awesome, Mitzi. It sounds like you're gonna have a good week. I hope you're still keeping the Mystic Blue in the hair though. That looks good. You know, Lily's gonna do that too. She's gonna put some Mystic Blue extensions in there. If you're watching, baby, I can't wait. We'll have to wear the merch with it. Your channel helped a lot so far. Maybe I should write some comments. For sure, Tate. Yeah, no, I'm glad it helped too. That means a lot to me to hear that it helped you. So I'm glad you're learning from it and it's helping you out. And yeah, if you want to write some comments, you're more than welcome to. I appreciate it. And if you're on the live, feel free to say whatever you want. If you keep rubbing your phone case, it's going to grow. Yeah, we're going to have that iPhone XL in a second. A good wax is a must. Yes, I love when ladies are goodly waxed, but I'd be afraid to put a wax down there and rip my nuts off. Love it. Well, good. Glad you like it, Fox. There'll be when I launch it, I'll let you guys know. But I want to make sure all the products come in. That's my quality control. I have to buy everything, and I'm not gonna lie, the fucking website they can't make it any more affordable. So there's barely any profit on any of them. But I want the merch. I want you guys to have the merch because it's cool. So I don't make much on it, but I just want people to get it because I like to make the stuff. Time to invest in the laser. I just did my whole workout during this live. Thanks for staying up with us, Nick. Well, thank you guys for all the positive, kind words. Thanks for everybody pushing each other and reminding us we're all in this together. The blue hair is my personality. I do like the blue hair. It is nice. It suits you. I love men with great hygiene. Angelica and Mitzi, yes. Silky wax feels like self-love for sure. Been getting nails done and can't believe how much sexier I feel. See, it's good. Little things like that. That's what's going to boost your confidence. I hate when people ask me when am I going to change the hair color because I've had blue for a while. Sir, blue is my life. The fuck? That's awesome. Yeah, blue is my favorite color too. It's blue and black. That's why you see blue and black, and then blue and black on my other company logos too. I always have blue and black. That's my favorite. Blue and black is my personality. Yes, it feels good to do self-care. Keep the blue. Yeah, I think Mitzi, you've had the blue since I probably met you on here. Everyone should have great hygiene. It's not the Middle Ages. Yeah, that's true. Damn, we got 14 people now, and I'm about to jump off because I'm getting tired. I don't know how long I could provide good answers before I start rambling and stuttering like Joe Biden again. And we did that when I was fucking wide on, like not wide on doesn't make any sense. When I first logged on, I was struggling and my mind was fresh on a Red Bull and a cigar when I got on here. If you notice, I didn't smoke today. They can't ban me now. Need some cougar and can't fuck this up merch. Gotta support our brother and spiritual crime. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, well, I still, I should design the balls to the wall manifesting shirt still too. Thank you. Get some sleep. Yes. Good night to everyone as well. Thank you guys for coming on. I love all of you guys very much. I appreciate you guys for staying up with me. I hope you guys got some value out of this. It was nice to see some new faces. DRAM, congratulations on your manifestation journey. Tate, remember, write down the perfect SP. Go with that. Courtney, what was your question again? Manifestation. Remember, birds before land. Your manifestation's right around the corner. Mitzi, patience, please. Jordan, remember, love yourself. Fox, I'm glad you got motivated. Yup. Everything is working out in your favor. Angelica, I love your positivity and all the advice you're giving. Divine Fempress, I'm glad you manifested $3,500 for your birthday. That's a great birthday haul. And yeah, I'm trying to remember everything else. Thank you, Hope. And then Eli, I think I answered. I don't know. I was trying to. Now I'm gonna feel bad because I tried to answer everyone's thing and give some final advice, but I'm tired. I'm forgetting everything already. Divine Fempress, hey, and bye, because I'm about to get off now. It's been 2 hours, but good to see you and congratulations on that manifestation. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next live for sure. I'll be here as I am. So, dang, remember it, everyone. Hello, good night to you. I remember most of the people. I forgot some of the people at the beginning. I was trying to remember, but I love all you guys very much. I'll see you in the next live. Keep your heads up. You can't fuck this up. It's all working out in your favor. And yeah, that's it. That's the end. I gotta wake up. I gotta take a nap and go to the gym. I'll see you guys later.